All right, welcome back, everyone, to Southern Woods and Waters, this Thursday night edition. Man, we got another great show for you lined up tonight. I put out on Facebook, and I've gotten a lot of response from people wanting to know what this new technique is called. Well, tonight, you know, we've got catfish noodling, we've got Carolina rigging, we got all kinds of things. We've got shaky heading, we got drop shotting. We're going to teach you a new technique tonight called fish rubbing. Fish rubbing. Now, immediately what comes to mind? You think about, oh, okay, I can rub an old catfish or something like that. Yes and no. We're going to take you, you can actually do this to any fish that you would like. Just the size of the fish depends on how big the thing's got to be for you to wrap it in. So that's what you got to figure out. We got with us tonight one fantastic guest. He is a fellow Nashvilleian, one that you've seen his work. I guarantee you've seen his work. He's a great artist right here in Nashville. You've seen his work, but you probably don't know who he is. And we're going to wind out now and introduce. I have with me the one and only Frank G. Frank, thank you so much for being on the show, buddy.
Thank you, Hugh.
I'll tell you what, now he is an avid fisherman, ladies and gentlemen. And will you tell the story briefly, what got you involved? Because you grew up on Mill Creek.
I did.
And what was the one thing that caught you into fishing? Because you said you threw everything that you could at this one.
Oh no, I grew up on the banks of Mill Creek, and it was off limit because my dad didn't want me to go down there because he's fearful of snakes. Of course, I went down there anyway. And you know, it was a great childhood. I caught crawdads, minnows, snakes, frogs, but I loved fishing. And one day, I saw this great big 3-pound smallmouth just swimming in the creek, and I threw everything in my tackle box at him, and he wouldn't bite it. And I was determined to catch this fish. So one day I saw this little 6-inch green snake in the yard, and I put a rubber band around a big hook and threw it out there, and I caught this 3-pound smallmouth, and I was hooked, you know.
From there on.
Yeah, I've just have this passion for fishing. I love fishing.
Now, Frank, your artist work, your artistry, and all your adventures you've had in the art world, and my goodness, I'm going to show one here. I guarantee you everybody in the audience is going to know that it's yours, but it's taken you all over the world, too. Alaska, you've been to several great fishing places, but you still love Tennessee.
I always tell everybody, where do you live? And I said, Nashville. It's the greatest city in the world. And when I was in art school in Memphis, I was offered a job in Memphis, but I wouldn't take it because you'd have to go to Arkansas, Mississippi to go fishing. Within a radius of an hour drive in Nashville, you got some of the prettiest creeks and rivers and lakes around, so I had to move back to Nashville.
You had to come back home.
I had to come back. Yeah.
Now, Frank, I am going to show him. I mean, I've been teasing this for a little bit, but I've got to show him. Now, this is one that people, I guarantee you, are going to recognize, and let's show it right here. If you've opened up a Tennessee fishing guide or a Tennessee hunting guide, this has primarily been in every one of those guides. And Frank G is the artist. He did autograph it. It is at the bottom, but a lot of people don't read that for some reason. But this is the man. This is Frank G, and he is the one that built this or painted this, and it has just about everything that's native to Tennessee is in here. Is in this picture, and that's pretty amazing.
Well, thank you. It's the ecosystem of a creek in Tennessee, or a river, and it was a great honor. In 1999, the state of Tennessee commissioned me to do their wildlife poster. It was just a great honor. I was tickled to death.
I'm telling you.
I had a great time doing it.
Now, that is awesome, and I love this. I have looked at this several times, reading through my manuals and my guides, and I look at it each and every time, but this is a great painting. You did a great work on that. That is awesome. He has also done a whole lot of other drawings and paintings, and Now, what is your favorite? Because a lot of artists want to know, what's your favorite? Do you like to just, is it Indian ink? Is it
No,
charcoal? Oils?
My preference is watercolor, and I do very loose, free watercolors. But you know, when you see my work, it composes of loose paintings and real tight pieces. So I just have a whole array of styles and of painting.
Now I want to show this one. I do want to show this. This is one of my. Now, is this you in this one or?
Yes, it is the Green River in Utah. It is one of my favorite fly fishing destinations because the setting is perfect. Flaming Gorge, you have rock formations that are yellow-orange, and hence Flaming Gorge. It looks like it's the rock formations on fire.
Look at the color.
And yet you have this aqua green river that is crystal clear and loaded with big browns, rainbows, and cutthroat. It's the perfect setting for fly fishing. So I had to paint it.
Well, Frank, that is, if nothing else, if you didn't even catch a fish, that is some beautiful, beautiful landscaping there with all the colors. Was this the fall of the year or that you were there?
No, it was the summer. And you know, when light hits creek rocks, there's just a whole array of rainbows of colors that come. I mean, light is makes color pop out.
It sure does.
Yeah.
It sure does. Well, that is one of my favorites that you've done. I've got to show you. Now he does. We're going to get them all out of here, but I'm going to grab these. Oh, I dropped two. I'm sorry. What about this one here, Frank? Can you tell us a little bit about this one? I'm going to hold this one to where you can see it too.
It is called Heaven. It is my latest fly fishing piece, and if I were to die today, that's what heaven would look like. I would be fly fishing in heaven.
Now, there you go. I'll tell you what, this is gorgeous here. Pointing towards, all right, as you can see. Now, where did you say this is taking place here?
Oh, it's not any creek in particular.
This is just your vision.
Yeah,
this is your vision.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, if this is heaven, I want to be somewhere, wait a minute, wrong hand, over here, bringing one in for you.
All right.
That is great, great. Now, talk to me a little bit about this one now. I've got
it is a just caught rainbow trout in Trammell Creek. Trammell Creek is my secret trout fishing creek. It is right on the border of Kentucky and Tennessee going to Scottsville on Highway 31. There are monster trout and smallmouth and rock bass or black perch on Trammell Creek because the creek is filled with little minnows and crawdads. And the state of Kentucky stocks this trout twice a month. And what you want to do is pray for rain to wash these trout downstream because no one goes downstreams and they're just deep pockets. And when rainbow trouts eat minnows, they get faster, they grow faster, fatter, and meaner. So
awesome.
It is. I'll have to take you there, Hugh.
You'll have to. You'll have to. As you can tell, ladies and gentlemen, Frank is an avid fisherman. We're going to tell you, I'm holding you on now. That's part of this. I'm throwing the lure out for the fish rubbing. So you got to hold on to understand what we're talking about. But we're going to get to it in the next segment or two. But I want you to get to know Frank G. the man. He lives right here kind of between Hendersonville and Gallatin. I mean, you probably have a Gallatin address.
I do.
Okay, but you know, he's right in between. Got a beautiful, beautiful home built back in
1850, I believe, or
1850.
1850.
You just love to be the simple things, don't you?
Well, it's a big pre-Civil War house built by William Strickland. And we're the third family to own this house, and it's on the National Register of Historic Houses. And William Strickland is the architect that designed this Tennessee State Capitol. So it's a historic house.
It is a historic house.
And near Old Hickory Lake, and that's
right.
The appeal of it. So I get to go fishing whenever I get a chance to.
All right. Well, he and I are going to do some fishing very, very soon. But listen, we've got to take a break. Visit some of our fine sponsors that make this show available to you each and every week. So hurry back to more Southern Woods and Waters.